I know we've been walking around and advertising at a lot of the campuses and stuff. So that's cool. And so you just heard about us on Craigslist? Okay, awesome. And so what are you going to school for? Not sure yet?
Yeah, I wanted to study criminal justice, but I checked online because I don't think that's really of interest. So I really don't set to pick where I'm good at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a difference between picking a course and picking a course that is around your interest.
I gotcha. Nice. And so you just started? How do you like it so far? Yeah.
Good environment, good practices.
Yeah, definitely. And you're at Lone Star Cypress or Cy-Fair? Are you at the big campus or the smaller one on Clay? Okay, the big one. I gotcha. Because I know they have that smaller one now over off of Clay Road. So, well, that's neat. And are you from the Houston area? No? Where are you from originally? Oh, really? Okay. Are you an international student? Okay. Something I do have to ask though. Do you have at least like a social security number or a tax ID? Do you know? I'm sorry. Not yet. Okay. Was that something that you're kind of working on or looking into?
Definitely.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't know if they mentioned over the phone or not, but because we're not like set up through the school system or anything like that, we would need to have at least like a tax ID or a social security number.
I am driving license.
I'm not sure if the license would be enough or not, because it all has to do with tax information and everything. If you have so much in earnings, then they have to record it and everything. So I'm not sure driver's license would be enough. But yeah, from what I've heard, it's a pretty easy thing to talk to your like immigration's office to see how you can get one of those. But yeah, I mean, until then, there's not really much we can do. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. But I mean, whenever you do, if you do talk to them and get something figured out, feel free to give us a call back and we can try to get you set up and get the ball rolling. So, sound good? Okay. Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate it.
Got a restaurant leave?
Do what?
A restaurant?
Yeah, we do. It's actually outside.
I'll just go. I'll just do it.
Okay, I'll tell you. I'll give you some time in a little bit. How's your day been so far?
Pretty good. I just got out of school.
Oh, yeah. What school do you go to?
Lone Star.
Lone Star. Did you get a card from, well, probably not me, from
No, I
Zyla?
got a card. What was his name?
Zach?
I don't remember. I think it was Zach. He said he's like the manager or something here. Or
Oh,
something like that.
okay. Yeah, Zach may have met with him. So, okay, cool. And you're going for accounting?
Yes, sir.
Nice. What makes you want to do that?
Because I'm basically in businesses right now. I'm basically a life insurance agent and entry broker.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, I'm like in a big group. Basically, in accounting, they basically teach you how to manage your money, how to like basically pay your taxes, how to deal with all that stuff. So that's why I'm going for accounting. I was going to go for business management,
Mm-hmm.
but I was talking to some mentors, and they said that that's not really too good unless if you already know people or where to take businesses. So they said I would rather do something to see like accounting or marketing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm basically going to do accounting.
I gotcha. So kind of get your foot in the door a little bit.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Nice. How far along are you? What is your first
This is
semester?
probably my first semester. Yeah.
Okay, cool. You went to Side Lakes?
Yeah.
Did you recognize any of the names on the board?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I know we've had a few people from Lakes, so. Nice. How does it feel to be done with high school?
It's pretty good. It's like nothing different. You just have more liberty now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
It's
a
more
lot more
homework. College
responsibility.
is more homework though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It definitely is. You got a lot more responsibility too.
Yeah,
I
paying
mean,
for classes, everything.
yeah, and plus, like no one's gonna stop you from not going to class.
Nah,
You know.
you basically your own like choice, your own boss. So if you want to go to class, you go. If you don't, then you don't. But you already paid for it.
Yeah.
So it's like it's kind of useless if you don't go.
Exactly. That's cool. Have you gotten a chance to do any research on this or look us up or anything?
I looked at it on the internet, but it didn't really say what it really was.
I got
I
you.
was read like all information. I
Mhm.
just said it starts out with $16 an hour. You could get some type of scholarships. It's basically like cold calling, not cold calling, but it's something around there.
Well, no, not necessarily cold calling anybody. We do, do a little bit of, phone calls, talking with people, and a little bit of, face to face as well. But I'll be going over all the details with you, so that way, you have a clear understanding
Yeah.
of what we do.
But I don't really say what y'all sell exactly. But
Yeah.
what I'm looking it's like it's something
Okay,
nice.
it's not like those.
Something nice though, right?
Yeah, so
Okay.
basically, it's called Cutco Cutlery, and it's a high quality brand of kitchen knives. So very practical stuff. Like we have knife sets, and we have stuff from the outdoors. Hunting and fishing. We have cookware and garden tools. So we don't sell anything like that.
Are those
Those are
positions at that?
Those are awards that we've
Awards,
gotten
right.
over the years. Yeah. So if you do so well, they
So are
give you a
those
sword.
yours?
No, actually, they're all Kathy's. Her name is on pretty much
Have you got
everything.
any
But
awards?
yeah, I got a handful. I don't keep them in here though. I kind of spread them out around the
That's right.
office. So,
How long have you been in this
Yeah.
business for?
personally, I've been about 4 years in November.
4 years. And what about?
Yeah, originally from Corpus Christi, and I'm up here earlier in March. So I don't know if you've ever been down there before or not.
No, I've been there once when I was small.
Yeah,
For some jobs and stuff.
gotcha.
Yeah. What about like your financial status in this business? How's that looking?
Fun.
Fine? How
Yeah.
much is fine? Like around like
Well,
It just
I'll
depends
tell
on
you
the person,
what.
right?
Yeah, it really does. I'll tell you what. I'll be going over everything in detail with you guys.
Mhm.
So I'll be talking about like the company, the products, the pay structure, and everything like that. And you'll kind of have an idea of how well somebody can do here. But then afterwards, I'll bring you back in here. I'll talk to you a little bit more, and I can give you a yes or no on the position before you leave today.
okay, and is this kind of like life insurance you build like your own teams?
No, it's not like you need to get people under you or anything like that. It's not like multi-level marketing. It's strictly direct sales.
Okay, so
Yes, there's
so
no
even if you
door
get other
to
people to
telemarketing.
join, like you don't really get like
There's
No
some
problem.
perks, but it's not like it's not like you're going to survive off of recruiting people. Okay. Yeah. So the whole thing should be about maybe 45 minutes to an hour or so until we're all said and done. Do you have time for that? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, hold on to this then. Yeah, if you want to have a seat back in there for me, I think I got one more guy to talk to, and then we'll get started.
Where you still the restroom was outside?
Yeah, so right across from the elevator, the restroom is there.
But it was not.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
0990.
Yeah.
I started hearing about it when my friend was talking about it.
They got debit cards.
What's that?
The Bitcoin, so you can pay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they got debit cards.
That's what you were telling me about. That's awesome. Cool. Well, if you guys want to go ahead and grab a seat and pull it up a little bit closer, we're going to be a little bit interactive. Did you get that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to be moving up a little bit closer. So if you want to grab a seat, just form a row right here. If you want to spread out a little bit and then try to get everybody in a straight line. You mind grabbing that door for me?
Yeah. So
Thank
you
you.
want me to step out?
If you want to sit here, you can listen in, that's fine.
I mean, whatever you feel comfortable with.
That's fine. If you want to just have a seat back there and you just listen in, that's okay.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, because it's not cool. I can get out. If not, I'll step out, man. In the middle.
You're okay. No, you're fine. Actually, I think I left what I was looking for. Yeah, I do need to grab something. I don't know if you guys have met each other yet or anything. You want to turn the person to your left and right, introduce yourself.
Howdy, man.
Hold them up.
Terry.
So,
Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Terry.
Terry?
Nice to meet you.
All right, we all friends now?
Sir.
All right, perfect. So again, my name is Austin. I'm one of the sales managers here. I've been with the company for about 4 years now. Here in November is going to be 4 years for me. Done pretty well. I've sold a knife or two and then got into management. Been doing a lot of different things with the company now. So I'm originally from Corpus Christi. Have y'all ever been there before? Yes, no.
Yeah.
Okay. I went there. Lived there my entire life. Then I went to school at A&M Kingsville. Does anyone know where Kingsville is? No? Okay, sounds about right. So yeah, Kingsville is middle of nowhere, South Texas. It's kind of a sad place, but so I went to school there. And then earlier in March, I was invited to come up and work out of this office in West Houston with the company, and it's a pretty exciting opportunity. I don't know if they mentioned over the phone, but this office in West Houston is in charge of the entire Gulf Coast from Louisiana border down to the Corpus area. And there's at any time anywhere from 20 to 30 offices in that area, and this is the one that kind of oversees all of them. So we're the most productive office out of all of those in that area, and then nationally too, we're pretty competitive as well. So we're pretty good at what we do. I was going to give you guys these back. I have some paper too, so if you guys want to take some notes, here you go. So just grab those. Got some pencils up here for everyone. I'm going to be going over a lot of things in detail with you guys. I have my notes here, so I want to make sure I don't miss anything. And then I'll be asking you a few questions. They're mostly open-ended, so there's no right or wrong answer. I'm not looking for perfection, just participation. And then, I got paper there. Perfect. At the same time, though, I'm sure you guys are going to have plenty of questions for me. If you can just do me a favor and hold on to those questions, chances are I'm going to go over it by the time I get through with everything. Just save on time, too. If anything is unclear at the end, you can ask me whenever we meet back in this room. So does that sound okay? Okay, awesome. As far as it goes, the company, Cutco started back in 1949, so we've been around for a while. By the way, write down anything that you want, that you feel is important. I'm not going to be checking this for notes or anything like that, so don't worry, this is your paper, so just no doodling. That's one of my pet peeves, so. But yeah, we started back in 1949. All Cutco products are American-made as well, up in our factory in New York. Do any of you actually own Cutco already? Have you heard of it? You think you do?
I think my dad owns a couple knives.
Okay, so you might have a couple. Yeah, I mean, my dad had one knife of ours whenever I got started, so it's good stuff. Vector is actually our student sales program, which started back in 1981. We have over 500 offices nationwide. And Vector is actually the #1 employer of college students in the United States. We have been for a while now too. So students love working with Vector for a few reasons. One of them is the flexibility. You know, I'm sure you guys know the schedules can be kind of crazy. Classes in the mornings, afternoons, and from what I've been told, there's now classes on Saturdays in some schools. So I don't know who would sign up for that, but yeah. So our representatives are able to work around their classes. You know, whatever is easiest for them. The income opportunity too far exceeds any typical college job that's out there right now. Have y'all ever worked anywhere where you worked beside somebody and you gave 100% effort, he gave like 10% effort, but y'all got paid the same amount? Yeah, or know somebody like that? Yeah, so here we don't reward people just for their time that they put in. We reward them based off of their value. So this job truly is, what you get out of it, what you put into it. So another thing is the environment. We have a really unique culture here. Everyone gets along very well. And it's mostly younger people too. So everyone's very positive, very excited about their goals. They hold each other accountable. So it's pretty awesome. And then most importantly, the experience is second to none. With college students nowadays, like I'm sure you guys can relate, but it's the job market for college students is very tough. More and more people just look for experience rather than a degree, because a degree doesn't mean as much as it used to back in the day. And the main thing that sets them apart is experience. Somebody who has soft skills like sales skills, being able to properly manage their time, set measurable goals, just all kinds of stuff like that. So that's one of the things that we teach here. We have all kinds of different experience opportunities. One of them is our President's Club letter. There's different ways to earn it, but basically it's a letter of recommendation that gets written from the president of the company. That's stapled to your resume, slide it across the desk, kind of thing. Then we also have the scholarship opportunities as well. We have 100 scholarships that we do every year. That's 25 in the spring and fall, and then 50 during the summer. And it's just rewarded to some of our top competitors too. So that's pretty awesome. A lot of students find it hard to find a job because there's honestly not a lot of employers that are looking to hire college students. Typically they seem like it's kind of, what's what I'm looking for, undependable. Sometimes scheduling it can be pretty tricky. But we love working with students. They have a really positive attitude, so being able to work with people who are excited, willing to learn and everything is too. Students typically are in a learning mindset anyway, so it's pretty easy to work with. As far as the products go, I'm going to show you a bunch of them the same way we would. But basically, all you need to know is Cutco products are the world's finest. We have over 100 products in our line. Everything that we make has to follow 3 fundamental guidelines. And one of them is that it's rated #1 for its kind. It's dishwasher safe, and that it's forever guaranteed according to our specifications and everything. And of course, American made is a pretty big one too. So if accepted to training, you'll learn about all the different products that we have, and how to properly introduce all of them. But for the time being, I'm just going to show you a few products to demonstrate the quality of Cutco. Does anyone have a penny I can borrow? Like a bright, shiny penny? Pretty sure I don't use my keys. Nobody ever has change anymore. Let's see if I can find one. You don't see any like pieces of pennies, do you? That's a weird question. I can show you one later. I'll show you another thing then. So this is our main product line. This one's called our Petite Carver. What's cool about all of our stuff is it's a high carbon stainless steel, so it doesn't rust or corrode. It stays sharp for a long time. It goes through a 3-step heat treating process. There's a lot of steps where they make sure that it's the highest quality it can be. So not only is it sharp and it performs, but it stays sharp for a long time as well. Whenever we do a demonstration, we usually ask the customer to pull out their favorite straight edge knife and a serrated edge knife, so maybe something like these two. cut up some stuff. Don't worry, don't lose any fingers today. So usually cut up some rope because it's tough. It's got a bunch of fibers in it, but it won't really damage the actual knife or anything. So actually, Alex, I'll ask for your help. If you want to take this knife, you may need to stand up for this too. This is just a little piece of vanilla rope. Yeah, so just try to cut through that for me. Don't worry about cutting me. Okay, cool. Awesome. So, not the best job. You had to press down pretty hard. Oh wait, you're not done.
Okay.
No, let's take that one. Go ahead. Whoa. Okay, close enough. Yeah, so didn't work as well. No, you're still not done. But normally threaded edges, they're designed to just kind of rip and tear at stuff. I'll take this one. No, be extra careful, and then cut right there. Cool. So it's pretty soft. I know you missed some, but yeah, no, you're fine. Yeah, so it makes a lot smoother cut. It works a lot more efficiently too, and it's really not because of how sharp the edge is compared to other ones, but really the way that the edge is designed. So in between each of these points, there's 3 separate cutting edges. It kind of looks like this. So the 3 recessed edges never actually touch the cutting board, so they stay sharper longer. And it's not the points that actually do the cutting like normal threaded knives. These are designed to dig into whatever you're cutting, just kind of rip and tear at it until it separates. But these points do the cutting, but once they dull down, it's not really good for much after that. You just have to replace it. But with these, they stay sharper longer. It makes a smoother cut too, so it doesn't rip and tear. And then if it ever does dull down, they can actually be resharpened, right? And that's kind of covered in our guarantee. It's what we're really known for. But basically, our guarantee says that if anything ever breaks, chips, cracks, melts, whatever, you can send it to the factory and get it fixed or replaced for free, right? So, mom uses it as a screwdriver, breaks a tip off or something, they can send it to the factory and get it replaced. Cool. So yeah. Does anyone like steaks? Like really like steaks? Okay. Awesome. So I have some pieces of leather. Hopefully you don't cook your steaks this well done. But yeah, we'll just try this. So this is a regular steak. Terry, take this one. And then this is like couch leather or something. So just try to cut through that for me. It's okay. You'd only be the second person. Take that one. No, you weren't the first.
Okay.
No, not at all.
All right.
A lot easier?
Yeah.
Cool. You want to try this out? You got to cut the rope. All right. Go ahead. All right. Now take that. What, smoother?
Yeah.
Here, you can try this out. Let me find another piece.
Right here.
Okay, yeah, that works too. The smaller they are, the more scared I get.
Oh, no worries.
Go ahead.
If anything, I'll stop.
I would hope so. Take that.
That's so fast.
Yeah, it's just gonna glance through it. Okay, I'll let you try now. So take that one. And then it's kind of cut. Go ahead. All right, I'll take that. It's a lot easier, right? Yeah, so it's the same edge that I showed you before. Even though it looks like a little butter knife, it's actually really dangerous and works well as a steak knife. So I kind of like to call it the butter knife on steroids. So yeah, it works really well. So out of 10 people who are already interested in seeing our products, if they saw all 100 different products that you make, how many do you think would buy at least something out of 10?
How much should they buy something?
Yeah. What would you say?
Everyone.
Everyone?
They would at least buy
9, 10 out of 10?
10.
Yeah.
I'd say 10 out of 10.
Okay, so actually it's closer to about 60%. 6 out of 10 people, new people who are already interested, end up buying something, right? So sales on average will range anywhere from about $40 up to $4,000 and up. Just depends on how much somebody likes to cook. Our national average is actually about 250. The average for our office is actually about 420, a little bit more than that. So, and the reason those numbers are a little bit higher is because when people buy something, they can split it up into 2, 3, or 5 equal monthly payments if they want to. It's interest free. There's no extra background credit check, anything like that. It's basically the total in tax divided by 5. So it makes it really affordable. Even middle, low income families, it doesn't matter. Everybody can afford Cutco. They're going to have it forever. The guarantees included either way. So the whole presentation that we do lasts about 45 minutes to an hour. And why do you think we choose not to sell in stores?
People just going to buy.
Yeah.
Oh, you said why wouldn't sell in stores?
Yeah. Why not?
Because it's one of a kind. You got to add value to it when you talk about it.
Yeah. Value's the key word there. So
More people, when they show up to a store, they don't want to go up to the booths where they're showing examples. So
Right.
It's like
they just want to get
this
something.
kitchen is you can't show the actual work of the product.
Yeah. So there's nobody on the corner in Walmart trying to do knife demonstrations for everybody, right? They're not going to pay somebody to do that. But yeah, with being sold in stores, there's a lot more overhead. So a lot of people are getting a cut. So the prices of those products actually go up a lot more. We don't do that. All of our stuff is shipped directly from the factory in New York to their house. So we cut out a lot of that price. And we also sell a lot more because if we're sold in stores, nobody's going to see the value in that. Nobody's going to see the presentation. They're not going to get a chance to use it or anything. By the way, I cut a penny with the scissors. I'll show you all later. But
I don't believe that's possible.
I gotta find a penny. Do what?
I don't believe that's possible.
We'll find a penny somewhere. So I will show you. But no, I really want to find a penny. Yeah, I'll grab one in a little bit. But, yeah, so it's all very simple. Any extra money that we earn from selling a lot of products goes back into the products, the company, and also the people that work with us too. So it's kind of a good thing. Now our target customers are actually 30 to 60-year-old married ladies. What do y'all think that is?
Those are the ones that buy the most. The ones that cook, the ones that have kids already.
Yeah, right. I mean, mid-20s, ladies, even if they're single moms and everything, like usually they're not in the market to buy a bunch of knives and stuff.
They just buy random cheap ones.
Yeah, exactly. Which in return, like it's going to cost them more because they have to keep replacing them over and over again. But that's kind of what they're used to. And yeah, moms tend to take care of the family and everything, cooking for everyone. I know that's not always true. Like my mom, she was great at snacks and macaroni, and that's about it. But my dad, he can cook a bunch of stuff. What was true though with my family and most families is that ladies tend to manage the checkbook and the finances and all of that, so they know how much they can spend. I don't know if y'all ever wanted a toy growing up. It's like, Dad, can I get this? It's like, go ask your mom. Exactly. So, now we do presentations in the customer's home. What do you think is the best place in the home to do a presentation like this?
They feel more comfortable.
In the kitchen? Yeah, will they feel more comfortable too? Not always the living room. It's almost like out of the element a little bit, but we set up in the kitchen just because that's where they would be using the knives more than often, and also cut up food and everything. Our reps typically get fed on their appointments too, so they like that. It's always nice. There's absolutely no door-to-door, no telemarketing, canvassing, or cold calling. It's based on referrals, so we only see friends of friends. Our reps, they can only call customers who they've been personally recommended to, so it's always a warm, comfortable environment. They're never seeing strangers, they're just always meeting new people. Does that make sense? Okay. So at the end of every presentation, our reps simply ask their customer who they think would be nice enough to see their presentation. The average customer refers about 3 people, but sometimes people will refer 10 or more. It really just depends. Customers love giving referrals because it's a great product. They love sharing it with their friends, and they want to help out our students as well. We want to make sure our representatives are only calling referrals who are expecting a call. So the customer will either call or text their referrals ahead of time and get permission for the representative to call them. And then once they do, they're already expecting a call, so our representatives just, get a hold of them and find a good time that works for both of them to do a presentation. So that way they're able to schedule it around anything they have going on, whether it's school, another job, all that stuff. And each appointment, leads to 3 more presentations and then 3 more. So it just kind of keeps growing, almost exponentially. There's always somebody else to see. And as long as the rep follows the program, they'll never run out of customers. To begin this process, they start doing what's called a paid practice presentation. So they start seeing people that they're familiar with, moms, aunts, grandmas, neighbors, teachers, some people like that. It'd be awkward to show, a complete stranger right out of training. So they start with, people that they're familiar with. Most representatives practice with about 15 people or so that they know. Some more, some less. Our reps are a little bit more social, and they have big networks and everything. Typically do a lot more. They just kind of hit their promotions a little bit quicker and everything. So there's zero obligation to buy. We even tell our customers before every appointment, you don't have to get anything today, but if you see something you like, I can help you out with it. So, and a lot of people end up buying anyways, just because it's a high quality product, they can see themselves using it. And our reps that are newer to the area, we have something called a virtual demonstration, to where they can show our customer, if they're out of town, everything through a computer and just talk to them over the phone. So, they're always have somebody to see. And again, we're only seeing friends of friends. Since we start with new people, it's always a warm, comfortable environment. There's no territories, so our representatives can travel to whichever location they would like to. We have no minimum or maximum number of appointments that a representative can do. So our part-time representatives will do about 7 appointments a week, so that's about 1 to 2 a day on average, versus full-time representatives will do about 3 to 4 appointments a day, depending on what their schedule looks like. Our reps, they can keep the same schedule each week, so they have something constant, stable, and secure, or they can change it every week as they need to get around family time, vacations, different school and work schedules, so they can make it work best to them. Does that make sense? Okay. So as far as the pay program goes, if y'all haven't been writing stuff down, I would recommend copying this little graph down. But our reps are paid weekly. We have a guaranteed base pay, and then we have a commission pay on the right. So there is a floor to stand on, but there's no ceiling to income potential. Each week, our reps automatically get the higher of the two, either the base pay or the commissions. Most reps make significantly more on the commission side, but the base pay creates zero pressure sales environment and sort of a safety net in case of the worst happens. Our base pay is $16 per presentation. And how long does a presentation usually last?
45 minutes.
Yeah, give or take. So if a rep does 5 appointments in a week, they would earn $80. If they do 10 appointments in a week, that would be $160. If they do 20 appointments, then that would be $320. So customers, to fit the criteria, they have to be at least 30 years old and working full-time or retired like grandma. And then on the incentive side, the commission levels start at 10%, and they work all the way up to 30% based off of cumulative career sales. The levels, so like these commission levels, they never go back and they never reset, so it's perfect for students who only work on the breaks or during the summertime. So even at 10% on a normal order size of $250, the representative would make more on the commission side than they would the base pay. And then if they get up to 30% commission on a normal order size, that's $75 on that same order, instead of $25. So obviously our reps are motivated to work hard and make sales. The promotion levels are typically hit pretty quickly. On average, a representative will hit their first promotion, to the 15% mark within their first 3 days on the job. Depending on how many appointments a rep does per week, they can reach the $10,000 mark anywhere from a few weeks to a few months. We even have a few representatives who will hit that mark in their first 10 days in a contest that we have. It's called the Fast Start. And then our reps, they work really hard to get to the 30% mark. Once they've hit that level, they've actually earned $2,000 in commissions. But more importantly, it gives them the ability to work a part-time schedule, but earning near a full-time income. So that way they're financially free. They can focus on their studies, their school, their other businesses if they have anything like that. We also have bonus levels that go all the way up to 50% commission for some of our top students and career representatives. So those levels are explained all during training for those who are accepted. But you guys see how this is sort of a self-motivated job? Okay. So like I mentioned earlier, this is kind of positions where you get out of it what you put into it. So and the reason we can afford to have a pay program like this is really the quality of the training that we have. It's designed to take anybody with no prior sales experience and teach them to be successful with us. We teach all the skills needed to be successful with us, and as well as future jobs and different careers. But basically, our training seminar is 2 consecutive half days here in the office. Usually we do it on a Friday, Saturday. Training is pretty expensive to run for us because we have staffing, we have books and materials, office space to cover and everything. So our reps are not paid for the initial training, but they do get to put our training completion on their resume. So it's basically like free tuition. And at the end of the second day of training, they're able to start their first practice appointments so they can start earning money right away. So it's pretty quick. We do have an advanced training series the following week to teach our representatives how to build their business. It's not the same length. It's really quick, couple hours in the afternoon. Communication is really important to us as well. Our reps, they don't come into the office every single day. They just come into the office maybe a couple days to check in, and we do a couple meetings and stuff. But on the days that they're working, they simply just call in to one of the managers and check in, and verify the appointments that they're going to be doing that day. Our weekly team meetings, pretty major highlight that we do though. We have a team meeting every Wednesday night. So where everybody comes in, we review schedules, and we do a lot of awards and recognition. Thursdays, we also do like a team night out thing. That's not a required thing, but we do encourage people to come out. We, go hang out, do something, usually going to Buffalo Wild Wings. So. But yeah, we also have a few perks that go along with it too. The first one would definitely be the sample kit program. We have a sample kit that we put together. It's worth about $430 worth of product. And up until 2011, you used to actually have to put a deposit down to get started. We don't do that anymore. We loan out the kit to our representatives completely free. But since it is loaned to them, if they ever stopped working with us, they would simply have to turn it back into the office, or they can buy it for themselves. It costs about $89. It's not required that they do that, but it's an option for them if they want to keep it. So next one would definitely be the free stuff. That's a big perk. We have a contest where our representatives can earn, they can win any of the products that we make. They can keep it for themselves. We also have a bunch of trips that our representatives are able to go on. I could be here another hour talking to you guys about the trips that we get to go on. We actually have a bunch of them that we do. My first couple trips, I went to Cancun in the spring of 2013. And then May, I went to Detroit. Got to stay at the GM headquarters building, which is pretty cool. We had a private beach party thing down in South Padre, which we moved it to Austin. Now we go and float the river. And then one thing I'm excited for, every November, a select group of people get to go to the factory in New York to check out the factory. And then we also go to Niagara Falls the next day too. So I got to go once and get to go again here next month. So I'm pretty excited. And then a bunch of little incentive trips too that people can win. Like we have a trip to Vegas that a few people won, which we're going on Friday. I've never been to Vegas before. I'm super excited. So
It's crazy.
yeah, I hope it's not too crazy. I'd like a level 4 crazy.
Yeah. Yes.
It's like Chicago. Vegas is up here.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Depends on the crazy, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, trips are awesome. Probably my second favorite part of the job. Another perk is definitely the experience. So there's actually a lot of people who worked with us before and taken the experience and done pretty well. Have you ever used Uber before? Or know what it is at least?
Yes.
Yeah. So the CEO and founder of Uber actually was interviewed recently. There's a whole article to where he talks about how he used to work with Vector and Cutco and how some of the experience that he got from it helps him with the business that he runs today. y'all ever eaten at Chili's, Jack in the Box, Cozumel's, On the Border? So one guy owns all of those. His name is Norman Brinker. He wrote a book. It's called On the Brink. There's a whole chapter in there to where he talks about how he used to work with Cutco and Vector and selling knives, and how some of the experience that he gained from the position helps him with his business and everything that he does now. So it's pretty cool. There's a few other names I can mention, but it really is unparalleled. I mean, if I offered you $50,000 in cash versus $50,000 worth of experience, I mean, you may pick the cash, but what's going to be more beneficial for you in the long run? Yeah, the experience, right? So the biggest part by far is just being able to work with a championship team. I mean, West Houston, we're known, nationally for being a pretty competitive office. This past summer, we actually, between the beginning of May and the end of August, we did about just under $900,000 in business in our doors alone. So it's a lot of knives.
Yeah.
And then for the year, we're looking to do about $1.5 million. Our division, the Gulf Coast division, which is everything along the coast, including us, out of 37 divisions across the United States, last year we're actually number 4. Cool part is this office was only open for 8 months out of the year, so we didn't even have like our heavy hitter. This year, we're fully staffed and everything. Currently, we're number 3 out of the 37 divisions. We're looking to take either number 1 or number 2 for the year, so it's pretty awesome. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much all the details of the position. I do have some papers that I want to give you guys. Now it's short yes or no, or there's a few yes or no questions, and then some short answers on the bottom. I'll go through. And then on the back, before y'all look at that, if you flip over to the back, there's actually a part where you can write down some people you think may be looking for work. Now, one of the things that we're really committed to is hitting our goals, and being on the national sales report. We want to be known for hitting our goals, for doing something that's never been done before. Very few offices hit the numbers that we want to hit. We have all the strategies. We know how to do it, but the main thing that we need, that we're looking for, is to have the right people in the interview. Now, if y'all notice, there's not as many people sitting here now as there were earlier today. We have to be pretty selective about the people that we bring into the office and everything. And so we want to bring on the right people onto the team. So if you know anyone who may be looking for work, you never know who's looking for a little extra income, feel free to write them down. You can use your phone for this part. Also, if they have a job, that's great. You never know who's looking for a little extra income. You can write them down. We're just going to have our receptionist give them a quick heads-up call, see if they're interested. If not, great, they go off our list. So feel free to write down as many as you can. Work on that. I'll put the music back on. And then also, if you guys can move your chairs back for me too, I'd appreciate it. And I'll be back in here shortly to start working with you guys. I'm going to go find a penny.
Don't try to
Oh, here you can take this. Well, first of all, do you have any questions for me?
I'm just curious if, since I am 16, you can't really hire me.
Not
Well-
like officially.
Well, one thing is, my parents informed me that someplace in Texas you can legally hire someone if their parents allow you to.
Yeah.
I was wondering if we could do something like that.
Well, I mean, we certainly could, and we've gotten around it with other 17-year-olds.
Because I do turn 17 on the 29th.
Yeah, I know. We
So-
can, start stuff
And,
there
I
and
am
everything.
I am an enthusiastic person to start this job.
I
I
gotcha. Yeah, no, I mean, just the way that corporate's set up and everything, because we're based out of New York, even though like we have offices all over the place. So I don't know if it really, factors into anything, but yeah, I mean, they have pretty strict guidelines. Technically, we're supposed to have, if somebody is 17, they have to have graduated high school. But we know that's typically not the case. But we have talked to them, and usually whenever we get permission from a parent, then they can get started. So
Because like
that's something that we're pretty solid about.
I've been applying to places all around my house.
Uh-huh.
No one's been hiring under the age of 18.
Yeah.
So, and I got a text on Sunday about this, and I was so excited to start or at least try to.
I
It's
gotcha.
I want the money and I want the experience.
Yeah, all of it's pretty good stuff. But no, I mean, like I said, the soonest we'd be able to start with you is towards the end of the month.
That's perfectly fine.
Okay.
I mean, as long as like if I have a position that I can join, like as long as I'm not like waiting the month, then I'm told, I can't do it.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
No, I mean, because we're always growing, we always have more people, coming onto the teams. We're pretty, constantly looking for, the right people to join the team. But that's just, the thing that we're looking for is the right people. So.
Yeah.
But anyways, so do you have any other questions about the position? Or?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So what did you like about it? The flexible hours? Because not a lot of places are,
They said flexible hours.
Yeah.
Like I as a student need them.
Mhm. And the pay structure.
Yeah.
For sure. Cool. And then, what was it? The attitudes?
Yeah,
of
the
everyone?
attitudes, like the environment just seems really friendly. I like it.
Awesome. Cool. That's good to hear. That means I did my job right. So cool. So, I mean, with the right training, do you see yourself doing pretty well with this?
Yeah, definitely. Like I'm overall like I'm an optimist. I'm very excited about life in general.
Mhm.
I'm overly happy a lot.
I got you.
I like interacting with people. It's nice.
Okay. Sort of like a sunny disposition. Awesome. And then I know you're telling me that, you're kind of considering psychology,
Yeah.
going into school and everything. I know these are, pretty unrelated, but how do you think the experience and, skills you learn from working here can help you out with what you want to do long term?
Well, seeing how I would be working with people on a daily basis, it would help with being a therapist or something like that in the future because I would have to, that would literally be my job is interacting with people.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
well, it would help me build, I guess, more people skills.
Right. Definitely. Yeah. I mean, being able to connect with somebody properly. So I'm sure you know this and experience this, but you run into all kinds of different people, and especially somebody going into a psychologist seat, you may get all kinds of different people.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but yeah. Well, a couple of first impressions on my end. I don't see anything I should really be concerned about. I know that the whole age barrier is a kind of tough thing right now, but I mean it's not something that we
Yeah,
can
it's
work
not
on.
something I'm waiting a whole year for.
Yeah.
It's literally like 20 days. So
Yeah.
I'll be fine.
Exactly. But yeah, I mean, I think you can do well here. I feel like you'd be able to get along with everybody as well. And if you're up for it, I'd like to have you as part of the team.
I'm totally down for that.
That'd be okay?
Yeah.
Awesome. We'll shake off then. Nice to meet you.
Do you
let
want me to
me-
give you? Oh wait, no, you have my number. I forgot. You said that twice.
We do, but I'm gonna do something else for you actually.
What's up?
I got. So
And also, I know you told me your name, but I totally
it's
forgot it.
okay. It's Austin.
I wanted to say Andrew.
Oh, I have this. Here we go.
It's great.
Yeah, fancy.
All right.
Cool. I'll give you some information. We can shoot for, so it's definitely not going to be this weekend. But typically it is, Friday, Saturday. I think at this point we're just going to have to, wait until that
Yeah,
time
that's
and you give us a call. If you do have any questions before then, feel free to give me a call. I'm going to give you this paper. It's got my name and number on it, so. Well, it's got my number on it. My name's like scribbled in there.
All right.
So feel free to call me, text me, whatever. On the back of that is basically a chance to start writing down some people
Yeah.
who would be, your first initial prospects and everything. You don't need to contact these people or get a hold of anybody, but the more people you have on that list, the easier it's going to be for you.
Yeah.
You know?
To start out with like the appointments, right? It's what it was.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like the first appointments and
Yeah.
everything, those are the kind of people that you want to start writing down. So that. And then just a couple other things. This has a few more details on us and everything. Basically, a recap of everything that we went over in the interview. And this has there's a little packet, stuff for your parents and stuff for you as well that you can read over. But that's pretty much it.
All right. You want me to give you a call whenever it turns up to you, correct?
Yeah, or maybe like a couple days
All right.
before, somewhere around there.
Definitely do that.
Yeah, give me a call, set a reminder on your phone or something.
I
And
will.
then if you end up losing that, you can call the office here.
Yeah.
And get a hold of somebody. So sound good?
Yeah.
All right. See you in about a month. Yeah.
Ooh, it's warm in here.
I know, it's miserable. I'm like, I have to wear a jacket.
Feel professional.
Yeah,
Talk to be professional. Like temperature wise. Oh.
Yeah, it's worse during the summer though. There you go.
Oh, forgot that was there.
Yeah, those are your notes. Well, first of all, do you have any questions for me?
I probably did, but then I forgot.
Oh, no.
Clearly they weren't important though.
I guess so. I guess that means I did my job right, so perfect. Well, as far as first impressions go, I mean, what did you think about everything?
Everything actually seems really nice to me, especially as a student, because it's hard to find a place that has like flexible schedules and a good amount of money that you can earn at the same time
Mm-hmm.
while interacting with people and not just stuck in an office.
Right. Yeah, and just kind of like a slave to your desk. So.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Plus, it's like very like just the whole student friendly thing is great for me.
Awesome. Cool. So what did you like? The flexibility, so being able to work with your schedule, quality of the products. Yeah, I mean, usually that's why I was kind of upset when I didn't find a penny.
Yeah. My dad is a huge knife person, so to find him like a really good knife is like the best Christmas present for him.
Oh yeah.
So that's exciting.
Yeah.
Better and better Christmas gift for him.
Yeah, especially something that lasts forever. So, a little fun fact: we actually do engravings on a lot of our products. So somebody will get their name or their loved one's name or something engraved onto the knife. And what's really neat is if something happens years and years down the road and like the blade snaps in half, if they send it back to the factory, they'll pull a brand new one off the line. They'll re-engrave it with whatever the old one said and send it back to them, and all they pay for is shipping.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
another impressive thing.
yeah, and we've had the guarantee since 1949.
I
So
don't know how you keep up with that. Being the beginning of the business, you're sending out knives because people break them.
yeah, well, I mean, they're really tough. Very few people end up having to send them back for them being messed up or something. So, but it's just peace of mind. So, but and the opportunities for scholarships and such because companies do. If there's really one thing that stuck out to you more than anything, what would you say that is?
One thing that really stuck out to me, I have to think about this because there's a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
I would say it would have to be the quality of the product
Really?
because, like, you could go around stores and even if they let you try them out, you wouldn't find something that cuts through leather, cuts
Right.
a penny. Like, that's hard to find, and that really stuck out for me, being a big meat, love, and family person.
Yeah. Do you guys cook a lot?
We do. We smoke brisket, do pulled pork a lot, do a lot of that stuff, steaks, burgers,
Nice.
all the meats.
that was definitely us growing up. But since I moved up here, my roommates just they eat so healthy. It's great, but it's bad because like they never have any meats or anything, and we used to barbecue all the time. We even did like the barbecue cook-offs, and but now it's like I think the most the closest thing to that was some black bean burgers that we made.
Not even chicken. Chicken isn't like red meat or anything.
Yeah, but chicken goes pretty quickly in our house. So, but anyways, well, cool. That's good. And so I know you're talking about going into engineering and being an electrical engineer. I don't know if you really have an idea of like what your career options would be or what you'd want to get into.
There's quite a few places I could go to. Like, I've actually had Tesla try and talk to me about it
nice.
and be like, "Hey, we could recruit you for this stuff." And since they're a car company,
What a great company to work with, though.
Like if I went into like the dealership part of it
Mhm.
or had to sell some cars, this would be a great like experience for me to be able to sell things and talk to people. So
Yeah.
that's always something that's been like, oh, great experience.
Yeah, that is great. Awesome. So, and that answers my next question, which is, how could this help you out with what you want to do long term? So, well, great. Well, Alex, a couple, first things on my end. I don't see anything that I should really be concerned about. We do get a wide variety of applicants into the door and everything. We want to make sure that we're accepting the right people. I mean, we loan out knives to, people who get started and everything. And, if something happens, we want to make sure it comes back too. So, but, from what I've noticed, it seemed like a very smart person and just answering a lot of the questions and staying attentive. That's, there's a lot more that we'd look for other than just verbal skills. There's a lot of nonverbal stuff that we'd look for as well. And I think you can get along with everyone pretty well. Maybe you don't have the strongest sales skills or anything, but that's something that we can kind of develop. And if it's okay with you, I'd like to have you as part of the team.
I will have to talk to my parents about that to be sure that they would be okay with that, and I will let Valerie know if you'd like. Or
better yet, you can just let me know. Let's assume that the best happens and they do say it's okay. The next step would be to get you set up for training. I'll just give you this stuff, and you can share it with your parents too, and make sure. And you just know too, this isn't like you're coming. This is
because I would like to be a part of the team, but being a minor in a house where the family is like, this is not a democracy.
Sure. Well, just so you know, the training times that we do have, it's Friday, Saturday. So this coming Friday, Saturday would be the 7th and 8th. Friday, we don't start until 2. We go till about 9. Usually doesn't last that long, and then Friday we start in the morning. We go from about 9 to 5. Do you know if you have anything like that? Saturday, did I say?
Okay, you said Friday, and I was like, I have school.
Okay, yeah, Saturday we start in the morning, not Friday. What time do you normally get out of class?
2:40.
2:40? Okay, so if you did come on Friday, you'd be a little bit late.
Yes.
No problem. So probably, 3:30-ish?
Yeah, 3:30 is probably when I get here, depending on, I don't think Jessica works that, which Jessica's my sister. So
Okay.
into what's going on.
I gotcha. I'm going to put my phone number on here too, so if you do have any questions, feel free to shoot me a text and, talk to your parents. Let me know what, happens and everything. I would write it in pen, but I don't know where pen is.
Oh, all pencils.
Yeah, no kidding. Mechanical ones too. So there's that, and then on the back, there's actually a spot to start writing down some people who you think would be good prospects for you. These aren't people you need to get a hold of. You're not going to be graded on this either. Really, the more people you have on there, the easier it's going to be for you going through training and stuff. So, and then, if it's not filled out, don't worry about it. And then a couple things too, something that you can share with your parents is this. It's kind of like a brief description of the job so they can read over it. And then this as well is a little packet that has, a letter to your parents, and then, just some more stuff about the position, our scholarship program, how the pay works and everything like that. So, you don't just say, well, it's a knife job. So
It's a knife job. I'm working with knives.
yeah, so that's usually not the best answer your parents want to hear. So other than that, that's pretty much it. Do you have any questions for me?
I do not. And I will get back to you as soon as I can about all the stuff.
All right, I'd appreciate it. And if they have questions too, they can reach out to me as well. So
Thank you so much.
yeah, absolutely. Hope you have a good rest of your week.
Oh,
Whoops.
the pencil
You're
again.
good at dropping those.
As long as it's not knives.
Right. So do you have any questions for me, Kevin?
So you said it's mainly like by people, you talk to people, and that's how you get your clients, right?
Yeah.
And do you have a lead referral program here?
Well,
By
I
giving
mean,
leads?
like that call into the office?
Yeah.
Yes and no. We don't regularly have a lot of people calling into the office, but for the few that we do have, we have, a few veteran representatives that have been with us for a while who they usually go to. So
So it's basically more work for work.
exactly.
But you said no, like door knocking or nothing like that.
No.
Or can you or not?
I'm gonna say no. I think like technically you can if you really wanted to, but I would advise against it. It doesn't really, put the best image on the company because nowadays people don't, respond to that as positively
Yeah.
as they used to. So yeah, it's really not a good idea.
And then it's also you only get money off every night you sell, right? It's not like residual. You don't get a
No, it's
percent residual.
Okay, so yeah, there's nothing that's residual to where it happens. Well, okay, we do. We have something called Utopian Coffee. We partnered up with this coffee company, and it's a subscription. So every month that a customer would stay on with their coffee subscription, representatives get paid for that. So and
That's a
then
different
starts
type of
off
thing,
small.
right?
I mean, it's all set up through the same company and stuff. So,
Okay.
but yeah, but no, it's not like somebody buys a knife and they buy the same one every year or something like that.
Oh,
So yeah, it's kind of like once they get it, they're good. So we have had a lot of people be successful with past customer business. They set it up to where typically their customers, somebody who buys Cutco usually buys it several times throughout their lifetime. So they'll start off small and then add on and add on and get this, and then go to cookware and flatware and all kinds of stuff. So I mean, we have a lot of programs to where if marketed to correctly, they do buy stuff pretty regularly. I have some customers who buy some stuff pretty regularly. Maybe about once a year. Just they'll shoot me a text, give me a call or something, and get something set up. So definitely a lot.
And how much do you make in order to go to trips?
Depends. Sorry, I went down the wrong way. It depends. We have some trips that are just for the managers. So depending on how well their office does and everything within a given amount of time. Then we do have some trips just for the representatives. We have one big trip that's for the entire year. Depending on how much or how well they do there, they can go on the trip. Then we have another contest that we do in January, between January 1st and the first 17 days of the year. If somebody does so well in those, like 2.5 weeks, and they get to go on a trip to wherever, like whenever I went to Cancun, that's how I won that trip. Vegas was something for assistant managers. Yeah, it was just different ways to win different trips. So. And then, so like to go to New York to see the factory, that's for all of our management candidates. So anyone who's planning on going out and running their own office, potentially, next summer, then, they're eligible to go to New York. And yeah, so.
That's all the questions.
Cool. Awesome. So, first impressions, what do you think about everything?
It was good, but not like I expected.
Yeah? What were you expecting?
I don't know, I was expecting more like, I was expecting it more like in the residual side
Oh, yeah.
of things.
Like multi-level
Yeah,
marketing? or
multi-level marketing and stuff.
Yeah.
Building teams and stuff.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's not like that. We do have some programs. We have a team builder scholarship to where, somebody has so many recruits and their team does so well, they can earn a scholarship. We used to, a long time ago, we used to do, a percentage kind of thing, but it's only one level down. So you can earn, so much off of them. Because we just didn't want to make it a big, like recruit your friends kind of focus. It's just not the way our business is built. But we do have, now what we do is, depending on how many people somebody brings in, we do different contests to where, they can win different products, prizes, and then if they recruit enough people, enough of their friends, then they can win a cruise, which is pretty cool. So the cruise is always fun. So yeah. Cool. So what did you like about it? The flexible schedules, pay structure, and scholarships. If there's one thing that really stood out to you, what would you say that is?
Like, the scholarships.
Yeah. Why would you say that? Just because.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's not a lot of companies that offer a scholarship to people they work with. So, gotcha. And then I know you're talking to me about how you're building this business right now with Bitcoin and getting more people to sign up with it.
I don't know, that was the other guy.
Do what?
Bitcoin was the other guy.
Oh, that was the other guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Me,
sorry.
I'm basically doing it for teachers, selling insurances to teachers.
Okay.
And also I'm selling Medicaid.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing. Yeah.
I gotcha. Well, for what you want to do long term, like as a long term career, how do you think working here can help you out with what you want to do there?
I could help me with some business experience, how to talk to people and stuff, how to sell more products.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's something that's super important, is very overlooked nowadays. Having sales skills is extremely valuable. People get to, they have to sell themselves, their entire lives, whether it's a product, an idea, or just themselves or personality.
Even if you don't say you're a salesman, you still have to be a salesman because you want a girl, right? A girlfriend,
Yeah,
a wife. You had to sell yourself to that girl. You
Yep.
still have some type of sales skills.
You got to sell your wife on why she should marry you. I got to get this out. But anyways, I'll be quick. I don't see anything I should be, really concerned about or anything. I think you're a pretty sharp guy. I mean, you know what you're talking about and everything. I feel like, maybe you can be a little bit too confident, because that can be a downfall. It's a good thing, being enthusiastic and certain about stuff. But, being too confident, with the product or something, could lead somebody to, maybe not follow a program as closely as they should. We've had the same program, since we started. We're the #1 selling brand of knives in America.
Mhm.
Our company does $250 million every year in revenue. So, but other than that, I feel like you can do really well here. And if you're up for it, I'd like to have you as part of the team. What do you think?
I'll talk to my parents and stuff, to my brother,
Okay,
and then I'll let you know.
get a decision from there?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, best case scenario, if everything does go well, I'll give you this. I'd had some of our training times on here and everything. If it all went well, we would have training, this coming Friday and Saturday. If not, we can always get you rescheduled for another one. But we have training Friday. We start in the afternoon. We go from about 2 to 9, and then in the morning on Saturday we start. We go from about 9 to 5. So if everything were to work out, do you have anything in the way of that you know of?
No.
Okay. If you do, feel free to reach out to me. Give me a call or shoot me a text or something.
All right.
I left my number on the notes. I'm messed up. It's a 2, not a 3.
All right. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Absolutely. If you have any questions, let me know.
All right.
Have a good one.